Gentlemen, no jokes today. No funny intro because I want what I'm about to say to be abundantly clear. I want there to be zero chance of confusion. If you're in this video right now, you're looking to make those big, giant storybook gains in crypto, those gains that people talk about, they post the charts. This is why people come into crypto. They come for the crazy volatility that pumps out crazy life-changing gains that you see nowhere else in the financial world. If that's what you're interested in, you have minutes. You have no time. When this video is up, it's probably already over. And if you've been with me on this channel, we've been positioning for fucking years for this exact moment that just happened. ETH just cleanly broke $4,100. Not just dabbled past it, just kicked in the door, fully Viagra erect, ready to fuck. And in this video, I'm not going to point out that everything we've talked about the last couple months just up. That's not important. That is baby shit. That is the Dora the Explorer version of what's about to go on here. The Dora the Explorer prequel to the 300 symphony of holy shit barbecue that's about to happen. Everybody always looks at this channel and they think I'm exaggerating and I'm crazy when I talk about 5, 10, 20, 30x gains. They think I'm being hyperbolic. And if you've watched my videos, I don't know what gives you that impression. But serious face, serious video. When I say these things, I am not kidding. And I'm making this video right now to tell you what is going to happen next. Because every single time ETH has ever done this, we have seen what is called alt season. We have seen this pattern trickle down into certain coins and send them so parabolic, so nuclear up, that people are literally able to turn thousands of dollars into millions of dollars. And this has happened every single run. And if you've been on this channel for a bit, we're perfectly positioned. We've been waiting for this exact moment right here. But I am making this video right now, not in my Hentu tank top, speaking very clearly. I will not even talk about poop a single time. Because frankly, I don't give a fuck if you buy right now. I don't give a shit if you believe me. This is just my last message out there to everybody that's considering crypto, that if this plays out like past runs, this is your last, no smirk, no cookies hidden away, no givesies backsies chance to get in and get incredible entries on certain coins that are going to do incredible gains from here. This is when everything starts to move, and there's going to be two types of people going forward. There's going to be people that got in before this point, and there's going to be people after this that are in massive risk and having to play catch up the entire time and have zero, absolutely fucking zero chance of making the crazy gains, because the low entries, the easy entries, the entries that everybody talks about and shows all their friends at the fucking bar and makes everyone jealous of, they are closing up right now. And then that's it. We are fully into a bull run. The chance to get in early and make those gains where the chart literally just looks like a giant green 14-inch cock, that's done. So what I'm about to do is I'm going to tell you exactly what's about to happen if we run just like we have in the last couple bull runs. Every single bull run, it's copy and paste. There's this pattern that has happened. And what we want to do right now is we're on step 2 of this pattern. We want to skip to step 5 and invest there. So when the pattern gets to step 5, we can catch everything. And that's all I'm going to do in this video. No jokes, dead face. Let's begin. Also, just stopping the video real quick. You should be following me on Twitter because A, you're going to get my calls on things I'm looking at much earlier. I can only make one of these videos like every 2 weeks. But 2, I'm going to be dropping my meme coin here really, really soon. And the people that are subscribed to this channel and subscribe to me on Twitter are going to be the ones getting on the whitelist for that coin. I make nothing for this coin, but I'm going to be scraping all the people that engage with me the most on these 2 platforms. That's what the whitelist is going to be made up of. That's what my meme coin is going to be distributed to people to and through. So you should go follow me at ZSS Becker. You should subscribe immediately because I think this coin is going to do some numbers. I think it's going to do very well. It's going to be the biggest shit so ever, and I'm just giddy thinking about it. So go do that. So, gentlemen, and the 2 girls that watch this channel, we appreciate you. You got to keep this place equitable and diverse. Without you, we're fucked. Okay, this is a land of just 5'2" dudes rubbing their nipples at coin prices. Without you, you cannot leave. All right, so let's talk about the fucking market. Look. Here's exactly what's happening right now, and here's exactly what's about to happen. I can make some big storybook and give you some credentials, but at this point, I don't fucking care. You can buy or not buy. What's about to happen is about to happen, and if you don't listen to me, you're just going to be looking back here in 2 months and just covering your butt and your dick in habanero sauce in anger. So take it for what it's worth. So we've seen Ethereum just cross $4,100 all the way to $4,200. It is on its way to all-time high. We're also seeing all the money from Bitcoin stable and going into ETH. This is very, very, very fucking special. And I'll explain why here in a moment. But for the most part right now, we don't need to focus on Bitcoin because Bitcoin's in a completely different reality right now. The entire focus right now is on ETH and what it's about to trigger. We're not even going to make money on ETH. It's about what ETH is about to knock down. If we're talking about in this video and what we're about to do, it's like a bunch of bowling pins have been hit with a bowling ball. ETH is the first bowling pin, and this bowling ball just came in at 100 miles per hour. Now, if we can slow down this video and what's about to happen, we are trying to catch the back pin. We're not trying to make money off of ETH. Don't get me wrong, I have a fuck ton of Ethereum, but the way we're going to make stupid oodles of money, the place where I put in tens and tens and tens of millions of dollars is not Ethereum, because I'm not looking to double those tens. I'm looking to 4 or 5x them, perhaps even 10x them. And the way we're going to do this, what we're looking for is we want to catch that back bowling pin, because the further we get down this bowling pin knockdown that's about to happen, the higher the multiples get. Here is how this is going to work. So we've just seen Ethereum cross $4,100, about to go to $4,500. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you the last couple bull runs. And this isn't completely copy and paste. As you can see, things have not moved like the last few bull runs. But what we're trying to do here, gentlemen, is we're trying to predict if we're about to see a true ETH bull run. This means where it breaks an all-time high and it rolls down into altcoins. And I'll lay out that case here of whether we're likely to see that or not here in a second. But what I want to show you is simply this. This is what we're trying to do. If we can go back in time to a place that you might have forgotten, this is the 2020 bull run. I want you to look at when ETH really started moving right here. It started moving from 1/1/2021 to 1/15/2021. This is when it first started moving. It did a 2x. So remember those dates. Now I'm going to show you one altcoin right here. This is what people seem to be fucking forgetting. The past year and a half when people have talked shit to me, because I've been buying since 2023. I've been buying the entire fucking time. I've been buying the lows. I've been buying the highs. I don't care. I'll just be buying. And this is why. If you go look at this date right here, 1/26, about 20 days after ETH made its initial move. This is BNB. Now, BNB isn't particularly relevant to what I'm talking about here. BNB is basically how other altcoins in this market are going to move that are currently at lower market caps. So you can see right here, if we zoom out before the 2020 run, this chart is actually pretty fucking volatile. You can see it's all over the place. It appears to be all over the place. And so if you go look at a lot of altcoins that we've talked about on this channel, it looks just like this right now. And people have given me, despite me buying at these points and telling people to buy right here and buy right here and buy right here, and also talking about buying right here. Don't get me wrong, I was bullish at the top of last year because that wasn't the fucking top. You goofy fuck. Ethereum wasn't even near its all-time high. But I've been bullish this entire way through, and people have been saying, oh, look at this fucking retard. He's not made any money this entire time. Why have I been doing that? Why have I been so bullish? Because what is about to happen is you just saw ETH make that move I just pointed out. And then very shortly after ETH made that move, take that chart we just looked at. Does that chart even seem fucking relevant compared to what BNB did right here? Now, I'm not saying every coin is BNB. I am saying everything we've seen the past 2 years, which is basically this right here, is irrelevant to what is about to happen. Because after ETH made its big move, about 20 days later, this went and did a 3x. And people were like, oh, it's done. And then it went and did a 30x. This was one of the biggest coins in the market. This wasn't like one of the volatile like penny stock coins in crypto. This was just one of the normal big fucking coins for Binance. You go look at something like Sandbox back then. This motherfucker went from 4 cents to $7. If you were able to predict and get into specific niches in crypto back then, you didn't just make those 30Xs. You just made, I don't even know what the X's are on this. And so what just happened is we saw Ethereum just bust. It's about to bust $4,200 as I make this video. It just did this. And so we need to understand what just happened. This domino just fell, and the next dominoes are going to fall 5 steps ahead. Because if we can catch that final domino, what we're doing is we are basically positioning ourselves at the last fucking possible moment. Where we are right now is like right here on this chart. Altcoins, specifically in specific markets, are about to go fucking wild. And the reason why I'm being so blunt in this video is because you wait another week, you wait another 2 weeks, it's just going to do this and it's over. Like once this happened right here, and I'm again not referencing just BNB. I know there's a bunch of midwits and fucking retards now FOMOing in the crypto. So I'm purple crowning this stuff. I'm speaking at a second grade level and being abundantly clear. Once this happens, once alts make this initial move, not just BNB, but all alts make this initial move, because everybody's going to see everything that's happening in ETH. Everyone's going to FOMO in and say, what's next? Once they make this move, you don't get this type of return at all. You can see from this point forward, the most you could get on this coin was a 3, 4x. Everybody that was in right here was working with a 40, 50, 60x all the way up from here. But anybody who was late to the party, yeah, they made some gains, but guess what actually really happened to them? They were looking for that 20, 30x, and everybody from down here dumped all over them, took all the money, went to fucking Las Vegas, and that was it. And so, like I said, there's about to be two people in crypto. There's going to be people that got in these points right here, and there's going to be people that get in these points right here. Everyone from these points forward is going to lose their money and die. The end. And frankly, most people from this point forward down here are going to lose all their money too. This is not financial advice. If you're getting in the crypto, there's probably about a 5% chance you actually make money here. I'm just being straight with you. This is financial suicide. But you want to play, so I'm going to tell you how to play. So like I just stated, we're getting in right here. You wait 2 weeks, you wait 3 weeks. I don't know exactly when it's going to happen. I'm not going to pretend like I can predict exactly when it's happening, but I guarantee you, if you wait and ETH keeps moving, altcoins are going to move, they're going to take off, and you don't get any more good entries. So we have to take advantage of this now. Now, the good news is if you've been with me on this channel and you've been watching me scream alt season for 2 years straight, you're already perfectly positioned. We're crispy, dude. Like, we're so good right now, it makes me want to rub my nipples and do things in this video that's going to get me banned off YouTube. But I got a few last things to say, so we're not going to do that yet. Trust me, when ETH breaks 6,000, I'm probably going to jail for the things I'm going to be doing in these videos. Anyways, so look, here's what's going to happen. And it's going to be just like last bull run. And I know what you might be thinking. Well, how can you copy and paste last bull run? Why would it happen just the same exact way? It's because what I'm telling you about right here isn't some TA or some algorithm or some like crypto unique thing. This is just how humans think. And humans, they haven't changed their thinking strategies since last bull run. So what's going to happen is ETH is going to pump to 4,500, 5,000, 6,000. I don't know when the inflection point is going to hit, but it's going to hit here very soon. Because what everyone in the financial world, all the biggest money on planet Earth, BlackRock, the president, every financial institution, every single normal person, every fucking transaction company, every e-commerce company, everyone is seeing what's happening right now and how much fucking money everyone is making. And DeFi is taking over the entire world. This is going to reprice here drastically because for the last decade, crypto has been this goofy little joke that no one really understood. What crypto is about to become is the way that everyone settles all their transactions for everything they do. Billions and billions of people are about to start settling their bank accounts, their e-commerce payments, their coffees, their payments for everything online via crypto. The only way we were about to verify what's real or not, and this is going to tie in very deeply into the rest of the video, but the only way we're going to be able to verify what's real or not due to AI videos and everything is going to be blockchain. Blockchain is not about to just be this neat little funny thing that everybody invests in and makes Ponzi scheme money off of. It's about to be the thing that is the bedrock, the foundation of the entire world's verification of anything. Transactions, AI videos, everything. And so what we're going to see is we're going to see decentralized finance drastically repriced. I don't know what ETH is getting to. I think we could easily get to $20,000 on Ethereum. I'm not trying to make money off of that prediction though, but there's no reason why. Ethereum is about to be the bedrock of everything. But we don't need to get to $20,000. We're about to see it go to 5,000, 6,000. I don't fucking know. As soon as that happens though, everyone's going to see this. They're going to see how much fucking money is being made. And they're going to say, what's the next Ethereum? Now, this isn't TA. This isn't some algorithm. This isn't some quant reading. It's just what people fucking do in crypto. So what's going to happen is then people are going to see this and they're think, what's next? Because Ethereum's going to get the $6,000 from this point. You're not going to make a 3, 4x in. And people get in the crypto for those juicy gains. They don't come here to 50% their money. If they want to do that, they get in the stocks. So they're going to come down to these coins right here. Solana, Cardano, Hyperliquid, Sui. I know you guys have been waiting for it. Sui. Sui. All right, so look, we're not doing that this video, but you get the joke. They're going to come down to Sui. They're going to come down to AVAX. They're going to come down to these videos right here. And you're just going to see these things explode. Explode. For example, we go back to last run. Let's go look at 2021. You see, doing nothing. Then it goes up. doing nothing, and then pow, just nuclear mess of gains from AVAX. And the thing is, we have the most money in the entire world completely sidelined right now, but also taking crypto insanely seriously at this point. Everyone, every country, every institution, every big money, anybody that has billions and trillions of dollars is taking crypto as the next big thing. It's no longer just a little joke. Like last run, we had like people tongue in cheek buying Bitcoin just to like get gains. We had people investing in these things right here because they're like, okay, these things are going to pump too. Now everybody thinks this is going to take for the world, which it is going to be, which it's going to do. But we're going to see massive over speculation in these things. This means the valuations on these coins are going to get to levels they have no business getting to. So what's going to happen after Ethereum pumps is people are going to come down here looking for what's next. Then these coins are going to pump. You're going to see 3-4x's on them very quickly. And then what's going to happen is every motherfucker who owns a television, all the normal people, all the normies, all the institutions are going to say, like a person in Vegas, all right, I've won my last 3 bets in a row. Time to double down, time to go hard. And they're going to come down to the lower coins. And this is where we're going to make stupid fucking amounts of money. Now, last run, if you could predict it very well, the places that made oodles of money, it was gaming coins. Okay, so for example, I showed you Sandbox. And if you could predict that trend in gaming, you made unrealistic, stupid, retarded amounts of money. Like you put in $100, you walk away with, I don't even know, like $4,000, $5,000, $10,000. I'm not saying it's going to happen to you. You had to be a sharp crown in the box. Again, I'm not promising that's going to happen to you. I'm just saying people that called gaming or specific narratives last run, they walked away with so much money. It was just goofy. Now, the narratives that are going to do that this run are going to be AI and RWA coins. I think gaming is going to also return as well because people are going to see how much it's going to disrupt gaming. Gaming is still going to come around. Now, if you watch my last few videos, that's where my coin list is. You're probably looking for some list of coins. I've been talking here for about 20 minutes. I don't want to make a 40-minute video right now. You already know where to look. I'm telling you where the trends are going to be. But if we look at this, AI coins that are leaders, like Tau, which I've been telling you to buy since down here this entire time, they're going to go to crazy numbers, thousands of dollars. The middle ground coins like Destra are going to return to their all-time highs and then some and be crazy 10, 20x gainers. New coins like Graph AI, they're still at little market caps, are going to do just goofy numbers from here. Because there's 2 things that are happening in AI right now. One, AI is the most overhyped investment vertical in the entire world. That is just going to simply spill over the crypto. The end. As soon as the stuff starts moving right here, people are going to be thinking about AI because it's the biggest thing happening in the world right now. And they're going to think out, how does it apply to crypto? That said, unlike last runs where things were kind of vaporware, we cannot live in a post-AI world without crypto because the only way to verify what's real or not, the only way to verify literally anything is through blockchain. AI is about to disrupt all of that. And the other part of this is AI is the most powerful thing in the world right now. And the only thing that can decentralize it is, again, blockchain and crypto. Without crypto or blockchain, we're going to be living in a world where we don't know what's real and only a few people control literally everything that we see that we can't tell what's real. Blockchain disrupts and breaks all of that and is the essential layer to make this work. Without it, the world is just going to end with AI. So crypto, particularly AI crypto, and the smaller coins is going to go nuts. The other place that it's going to go nuts is going to be RWA. And this is basically the transfer of assets onto blockchain. Houses, the stock market, your car, everything. Everything we do, if you've ever bought a house, for example, let me explain RWA here in 2 seconds. You buy a house. They bring you a giant chunk of paper. You sign a bunch of papers. You spend 20 minutes in an office. You have to do 30 different things to verify a wire going back and forth. And you have to like check in with the local guy. It's a fucking disaster. It's a mess. Why are we doing this in this at 2025? What RWA is it transfers everything on chain. So what you're going to do, for example, is your house will be an NFT. You go through a contract, you move money over, or you go through a payment contracting system that manages a loan and everything around it. You plug it in, it switches to NFT to you, the deal's done. You don't need to talk to anybody. You can literally buy a house just like you'd be buying a pair of, shoes on a Shopify store. It'll be that easy. That's how everything's going to transact in the future because the entire point of all those papers and all the things I talked about was verification and ownership because you can't prove those things in the past. You literally had to have all these papers and all the banks and everything involved just to prove you own the giant house you live in. Now, it will just be an NFT asset or an asset you can transfer back and forth literally with zero middlemen. You won't need any lawyers, any banks, any title companies. That's one example. That's going to happen with everything. Your car, stocks, ownership in companies, how equity is divided, everything. That's going to be RWA. And so coins in this niche are going to go nuts because this is just where all the big financial money is going to move over. So we're going to see big chunky coins like Ondo that lead the space go nuts. We're going to see newcomers that actually manage all of this in our early market caps like Clearpill go absolutely nuclear. And then we're going to see smaller coins like Tharwa that are just getting into the space. They're going to do those BNB type moves. Now, there's two other places that are going to go bonkers. There's just going to be general fucking DeFi. What's going to happen when Ethereum makes these moves is everybody's going to come down to Cardano. They're going to come down to all these places right here, Sui, whatever, and they're going to say, what's going to move next? Now, first off, Tau is probably going to be one of the largest movers. I've talked about all the other coins right here, but Tau is the layer for AI. This thing's going to go nuts because, again, all the things I talked about in AI before. What you want to do is you want to look at all these places going to go nuts. You have Hype, you got Sui, and you want to find the coins underneath them. For example, Taobot is like the little brother trade to BitTensor or Tau, because when BitTensor goes and makes a 50% gain, this goes and makes a 3x gain because it's a smaller coin and it's the decentralized exchange for Tau. Now, as decentralized exchanges go, I think Black Hole, which full biased, I'm a smart equity holder in it, but this is the decentralized exchange that just launched, and it's the fastest growing decentralized exchange in recent history in crypto. I think with this and what it's doing on AVAX is going to do absolutely wild numbers. And so you don't got to buy Black Hole. I'm going to be straight with you. I have giant bags of Black Hole, but I think this is just going to do astronomical numbers because DeFi is completely going to reprice. And when you say ETH do these numbers, you see Cardano or these other coins do these numbers. I think other infrastructure that's key to crypto is going to go bonkers. And I think decentralized exchanges are probably the best place you can bet on, which is why I think Taobot and Black Hole are just... I also know that NFTs are going to reprice. A few months ago, I said, go find a way to get exposed to the crypto punks. They were like at $80,000. Now they're at $200,000. These things are going to $500,000, $600,000 easy. Now, the storybook in NFTs right now, if you want exposure to NFTs, is going to be Pengu, because Pengu is the NFT brand for the masses. And I told you, just like CryptoPunks, down here I said, buy Pengu. And well, this thing is just going to keep going. This is the Disney of crypto. And so I know most people on this channel, you can't afford a CryptoPunk, you can't afford a Fidenza, whatever. That's fine. Not everybody has $100,000, $200,000 for a picture of a JPEG. If you want exposure to what's about to happen in NFTs, yeah, you can go grab a Pudgy Penguin for 40, 50, 60. I don't even know what they're priced at anymore. But you could also just go and buy a bag of Pengu, and that's going to give you same exposure to everything that's about to happen here in NFTs. And that's going to give you a little like micro exposure to this. You can also buy small chunks of CryptoPunks and invest in it like a split apart asset where your multiple investors all own like one big giant piece of art or something like that. Now, finally, the last place that's going to explode is going to be gaming, and that's going to come later this year. I don't think we're going to see that initially right here, but if you want to make like the big brain IQ move, what's going to happen is all these things are going to be moving. People are eventually going to max out these things I just talked about, AI, NFTs, and RWA assets. They're going to say, what's next? What's next? It's going to be gaming. And so when it comes down to gaming coins, the only two I'd really suggest right now, if you want big gains, it's going to be Super. Again, I have a massive bag of Super. I have a massive bag of a lot of the coins I've talked about on this channel. I talk about coins I like, but Super is probably the most hooked in gaming coin. And I think Beam also has probably the best other narrative in gaming crypto. There's a lot of other good ones out there, but I think if you want to make like really good gains, those are where it's going to be at. These are all just a bunch of kind of sample coins in each of these spaces that are going to move next. What's about to happen is Ethereum is probably going to bust its all-time high. Now, I don't know, backing up real quick, I don't know if it's going to break its all-time high. This could be the top right here, but I'm betting Vegas odds 50-50 right here that it will bust its all-time high and go right to $6,000, $6,500. I'd say that's a 50-50 chance from here, but the difference is if it's not, if it doesn't hit right there, what's going to happen is we're probably going to lose 50-60% of our bags. If it does hit, and these coins I just talked about, we're going to see 3, 5, 10x's, no problem. Probably a lot of 20, 30x's. I don't think people understand how fucking wild last run was. We would literally, with Bored Apes, for example, we had people denying trades for $450,000 for a picture of a monkey. We would see coins hit the market. And right now, a lot of the newer coins are sitting at $10, $20 million market caps. And people are like, oh, it looks kind of expensive. You goofy motherfucker. We had new coins that did nothing last market, hitting $200, $500 billion market caps day one on their launch. You do not understand how fucking retarded and stupid crypto gets when people are FOMOing in. Right now, we have the most money in the entire world sidelined. People are storing more money in money markets and whatever because they were afraid of the market. That is all about to pile back in when rates lower and people see the gains that you can make. On top of that, crypto for the first time ever, this has never happened before, is being taken with deadly seriousness by the largest companies, institutions, and governments in the world. We have the most money ever. We have the most biggest centralized places of money, all looking at crypto, all desperate to not be stuck in the dollar, all desperate to get on what's about to happen. You do not understand how wild and crazy this is going to get. And so the last few years, when people have been calling me crazy for not selling the top last year, for buying constantly, for screaming alt season, you're about to understand why. Because everything we've seen up to this point is nothing. It's like that BNB chart I showed you earlier. It's fucking nothing. Like, it's irrelevant to what's about to come. And so I'm making this video right now, no jokes aside, to tell you that if ETH goes and breaks 5,000, 6,000 bucks right here, we're about to see that same type of fucking ridiculous behavior that we saw before, and it's going to make everything we've seen before this look like nothing. And the only caveat to all this is once ETH makes that move past $4,500, $5,000, all these alts and everything I talked about are going to move, and you're not going to get these entries that are going to give you those crazy biblical gains that people talk about in crypto. You're going to have to enter when everybody else is super fucking up. Destra, for example, that I pointed out earlier, is still setting at 12 cents. It's going to get right back up to 30 cents, and you're not going to have a 10-cent entry on that. It's just done. That's it. You're not going to have entries on those newer coins I talked about. You're not going to see Clearpool or any of the other coins that I'm going to talk about and link you to in the videos that are going to be right here, giving you those entries. So that's all it is. So what I'm going to do right now is just leave you with that. There's going to be a video popping up right here that gives you all my smaller coins, because I know you're just looking for a list of coins to look at. And fuck, that's it. Have a nice day.